Welcome, guys. It's your buddy Gabe LT. It is Thursday, January 13th. I always look up there to see what day it is before I say that. It's really good to have you guys in here. I'm very excited. I just finished a huge project I've been working on since September. Could be a comic book, could be a movie, could be a chain of restaurants. I got to name all kinds of stuff to throw you off the scent because it's still a secret thing. You'll see, though, and it's huge. It is huge when it comes out. I'm very relieved to finish that because it was a great, fun project, but my goodness, it was huge. I'm joined today, of course, by my wonderful daughter, Minnie El Taib. She is here. She's got great news about how the comedy's going. Never mind my green screen in the background. Something funny's going on there, but we're not going to worry about it. Welcome, Minnie. How you doing, hon?
Hi, guys. I'm doing really good. Sorry that we have been MIA for probably a month. I was sick with the Rona.
She got the coof on the Monday before Christmas.
It threw a total wreck into my plans. But hi, everyone. All my regulars. Hi, guys.
Yeah, B. Brown. Hervoyer's here, of course. Wiley Great Draw. Saw you yesterday, buddy. Could be a burrito. Not sure what you're talking about. But anytime a burrito is mentioned. Let's talk. We do have the best Mexican food on earth here in Southern California. It really is.
We do.
And I speak from absolute authority, as I usually do. My grandparents had a Mexican restaurant for 50 years. So I know good Mexican food when I taste it. And Southern California drive-thrus like Alberto's, Rigoberto's, Juanberto's, Gilberto's. It's always something Berto's. The absolute
I have a controversial statement because they're a chain. I can't stand Cotijan Taco Shop.
No. Boo.
Or Vallarta.
Today's show is brought to you by Cotijan and Vallarta, whose slogan is "Eat here, see if I care." No.
Okay, let's see. What's the chat? I gotta try chili con. Hervoye says I gotta try chili con carne. My sister actually has a recipe. Chili con carne is amazing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's right. He lives in the. I don't know where he lives exactly, Hervoye. I think it's like the Baltic states, what used to be Russia or something over there, far away. He lives in the future, if you think about it. So I doubt they have much Mexican food over there. That's very authentico, like ours. So
Jane says, I am really picky on my Mexican food. I love it, but it has to be good. I'm the same way. I'm just a picky eater. I don't like sour cream. Not to be a negative. No, that's not true. I like a little, what is it? A dollop of daisy. That's what I like. Just a tiny bit.
All right.
A little bit, and I'm good. Balkan states?
It is the Balkan states. That's where he lives. Okay. He's one of those guys. You don't mess with those people over there.
They're hardcore. He said he said he's okay because he's just been drinking wine. He hasn't gotten COVID because he told me that over Instagram.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, you were sick for about 3 days, and God protects us. We prayed for you. You're fine. You felt horrible for a couple days, but you turned around right away, and we all had Christmas together, and it was fun. I opened the back door and put the chair right.
You made me open presents outside.
Well, hold on. You were literally like 4 inches out the back door, and we just sat inside so the air could circulate. You know what I mean?
I had my own little table.
Yeah. So, but no, you're fine. You're fine. So, that was fun. So, it's been a while since we've done this, but you've got a lot of great news stories for me today. And of course, we're going to do our segment, Judge and Judy. And in Judge and Judy, she presents a Judge Judy case to me, and then I have to figure out how Judy ruled. And then I'll tell you if I think Judy was right. But first, I want you to tell everyone how your stand-up is going, because you're a great stand-up comedian. You're 24 now, soon to be 25. It's weird how your birthday is always just trailing my wedding anniversary.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Stand-up has been going really good. I had to take a break from this show, and I had to take a break from stand-up because I was sick, so I was just stuck in the house. So I went and performed. I go to the Madhouse in San Diego. I go there a lot. They have open mic 7 nights a week. And I also go to the American Comedy Company a lot. And I did really well on Tuesday at the American Comedy Company, having fun. I got to hand out flyers for the Madhouse, and I don't get paid for that, but it's it's like a step towards working there. So It's really fun. I'm having a good time. I went to open mic at in another, I don't know how familiar you guys are with San Diego. It's called OB. It's just like a little hippie town. I went there. I'm just having fun, doing all the little mics, doing really well. I actually have not a professional show. Yeah, it's a professional show. I actually have one on the 27th of February with this class that I'm taking. So I'm having fun just doing stand-up and making everyone laugh. And I don't know, you talk to your comic friends, we should start a podcast. So I feel that way. I'm like, maybe I should start a podcast, but because you're just so funny, just shooting the shit outside. But before I do that, I have to figure out how to use a mic. If anyone in the chat knows how to use a mic, let me know, because I don't know what to do with this. I recorded myself and all the sound was gone.
Oh, it's not just USB plug and play or anything like
No,
that.
you have to like go to sound. You have to do input,
Uh,
output, choose the
all right,
mic.
we're not going to do tech support on here. That's not good radio. So we'll figure it out when we're off the air here.
Send me a
But
DM on Instagram.
yeah. So is that you got that for Christmas, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
set mine up. It's right here. I can't. Yeah, mine's
perfect.
awesome. That new mic I got is right here, so it's awesome.
Mm.
But so anyway, so yeah, comedy's going good for you. So you started handing out the flyers for the club last night. You're getting very close to being a paid regular. I told you it's a matter of time, and I always tell everyone in the chat, everyone who watches, anything you want to do, it really is just a matter of repetition and time. And I always tell people, if you're scared to take on the challenge or do the thing you want to do or lose the weight or get the college degree or save the money or whatever you're trying to do, the time is going to pass anyway. So ask yourself, do I want to have my thing that I want after the 3 years, or do I just want to be the same person in 3 years? So yeah, just stick to it. You're doing good on that. So anything else about comedy, or should we jump into the news?
I'm trying to think of anything interesting. One of my friends got attacked
Oh,
on stage, and it's like comedic influences. I will acknowledge that in a second. But really quick, one of my friends got attacked on stage by this really drunk girl, and it's like going viral online.
and was it
She
at the? Were you at the club when it happened,
It
or did?
wasn't at the club. I think this happens right before I started performing again, like a week ago,
Oh,
2 weeks ago. But yeah, if you guys look up Jacob Johnstone, that's one of my comedy friends that I've made, and she straight up like punches him and everything, and they got the whole. It was like world star, like it was kind of ghetto, but he's
let me
fine.
guess. It was a strident feminist.
I plead the fifth.
Oh, right on the nose, huh?
Yeah, she was not a happy girl. She was very drunk, and I've never dealt with that, but
Oh,
that'll be
these Russian.
interesting.
Hang on, there's a Russian bot in the chat. I have to throw it out. Block
How do
user.
you how do you
When
know?
you see that weird stuff and they're speaking something in Russian, they told me those are bots. I really
Oh.
hope those aren't Russian fans of mine.
I thought that's why I said, "How do you know?"
I don't know. They someone told me they come in and put like porno links in the chat, but
Oh,
they're not
no.
mods, so they can't put live links, But
Oh, okay.
I threw them out. Threw them out.
That's for
Oh,
Putin,
here's
you know.
another one. Look at that. There's another one.
Oh, how
Block user.
strange.
You're out of here. All right.
Okay. So for Wiley J. Draws, they asked comedic influences. So actually, my comedic influence is not that famous, but she is, but she isn't. So I don't know how familiar you guys are with the Comedy Store, like in Hollywood. There's also one in San Diego, in La Jolla, and I took classes there from 16 to 18. And the family that owns it is the Shores, Mitzi Shore, Polly Shore, Peter Shore, Sandy Shore. Sandy C. Shore was my teacher, so she's my biggest comedic influence. She taught me everything I know about comedy. She was an amazing woman. She was really supportive of me being a teenager doing it. And yeah, she's a fantastic lady. She passed away September 28th, 2018. So she's buried nearby. I go visit her every year, but she's a hero. She's amazing. I like her a lot. Well, obviously, I like her. I love Dave Chappelle. I actually met him when I worked at the Comedy Store in the kitchen. I love Joe Rogan.
Did you know Rogan before he was a disinformation spreader?
I did. He was really cool. Like he was super nice. Like there's kind of a rule,
You're
like you
taller
don't.
than Joe Rogan, just so people know. You
He's
are.
okay. I'm tall for a woman.
How tall are you? I don't remember.
I'm
5'8",
5'9".
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I will have tall children. But unless I marry like a short king. But
No, not allowed.
what if I
No,
married
because my
someone taller than
grandson is going to be a Division I football player and UFC champion.
Oh, okay.
I need you to marry a 7-foot tall Samoan gentleman
That would be a gigantic. I would be
who's
terrified
also
of
a
your
banker.
who's also a banker.
Yes.
But yeah, Chappelle, Rogan, Shore. I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly, but he's actually a friend of mine. His name's Earl Skakel or Earl Skakal. I feel so bad. He's my friend. I can't
I'm
even
going
say
to
his
go with
name.
Skakel. Skakal sounds like Steven Skakal.
That's true. So it's
Steven
Skakel.
Skakal is the low-rent Steven Seagal.
No, he's really funny. He has a really deep voice. He actually does a show with Tyler the Creator on Cartoon Network called The Jellies, and he's like Papa Jelly or whatever. So I like him. And I'm trying to. There's one more female one, and I can't remember her name.
Vicky Barbalek was pretty nice to you.
Vicky Barbalak is fantastic.
Yeah.
She's really great. She's actually from Oceanside in San
Who
Diego.
are your comedic uninfluences? Like you see Sarah Silverman and go, nope, don't want to be like that.
I don't
I'm
know.
just kidding. You don't have to trash comics.
I was gonna say, oh shit, I just got started.
Oh, here's another one of Joe Rogan's cult members.
Also, hi John. It's nice
I'm kidding, Wiley. I'm kidding. I think it's wise of you to have that, but we better not talk about it too much on YouTube.
We will get banned.
No, we won't get banned, but they'll demonetize it or whatever they'll do.
Or they'll shadow ban us. They shadow banned Kill Tony. I love Tony Hinchcliffe. For those of you who don't know, watch Kill
Tony Hinchcliffe is amazing, and he does that live show, Kill Tony.
Really good improv, and his little band is amazing too. And like they really give comedians an opportunity to present themselves. It's not just an open mic, because Kill Tony's a very good show. So
yeah, awesome. Let's see.
Thank you for sharing.
F76 just liked and shared YouTube with the usual non-notification. Yeah, that is weird. That make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure the bell is still clicked for notification. That is weird, because I have notifications for like 10 channels, and I think I only get them for about 3. So YouTube is up to their tricks, but that's all right. We're still winning. We're still winning because we're not quitting. Damn it. So yeah. So okay. So comedy is going very good for you. Comic books are going great for me. Thank God. Everything is just amazing right now. I'm really, really grateful, really happy. So, you ready to dive into today's news stories that you found me?
Yes.
Okay, you found me some stories that I can yell at a cloud. What do we have first? Coming up first is Oklahoma septic tank murder suspect's Waffle House visit may prompt bond revocation report.
So I want to call this news segment headlines, because all the headline tells the story, but it's so funny. This guy went to a Waffle House and now he's going to get thrown back in jail.
So is he a murder? He's a murder suspect.
Yeah, he is.
Did he murder someone at the Waffle House, or what did he do here?
Have killer food. I'm sorry for the pun, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to do puns today. It's actually pretty dark. He's accused of killing someone and like hiding their body in like a septic tank or under a septic tank, like one of his workers. It's crazy. I mean, it's Oklahoma. It's the wild west. We had
Danielle Triplett, and he allegedly accused of shooting an employee dead and then burying him under a septic tank. He could have
his shitty way to die. That's a good joke.
Oh no. And then he was the guy's boss and shot him. To add insult to injury, that's terrible. Why is this guy out on bond, by the way?
I know. Why is he at Waffle House? If I got away with murder,
it's not. We're not lawyers, and it's not probation, but whatever they're on when they're out on bond, out on bail, he wasn't allowed to go to the Waffle House. I wonder where else he wasn't allowed to go, according to the judge.
No Waffle House, no Buc-ee's. What else?
I wonder where he was allowed to eat, according to the judge. And was that
Burger King? That was his punishment.
He was forced to eat at Burger King and Taco Bell.
Yeah. You're gonna use that septic tank,
right? Let's jump back. We were talking about the best Mexican food is here in San Diego. We got the best burger too. We got In-N-Out, and a lot of people they try fronting. My New York DC Comics friends are like, you got Shake Shack and all these. No, I tried it. It sucks. And then I went to Texas in November and had Whataburger. That was as bad as Burger King. You got to be kidding me with that stuff. So maybe that's where the judge told this guy he was allowed to go to Whataburger, but he wasn't allowed to go to Waffle House.
Whataburger, Burger King, Perkins. That's where he gets to go.
Do you think it's more like what, a burger? Do you think it's like that? Like we've been saying it wrong this whole time?
I thought it was. I'm more embarrassed. I was like, it's Whataburger, right?
A Whataburger.
What's wrong with me?
What? Oh shoot. Okay. So anyway, so what's the resolution of the story? He's just headed back to the Huskow because he went to Waffle House.
He is locked away. But all I gotta say is, Waffle House, you have my heart. I went there in Phoenix. It's so good. But Waffle. I don't know if you know anything about Waffle House. It kind of has this reputation for being like, I would say like ghetto fabulous. Like you go there like in 2 in the morning after going out to drinks with your friends. That you'll fight with the cook. They won't have your food ready. The waitresses will dance with you. Like it's fun.
All right.
It's a very good young person.
I went all the way to the south, as you know, when I went to Disney World with Mom. I drove from this ocean to that one, the Pacific to the Atlantic. We didn't stop at Waffle House. I saw plenty of them. I fell in love with Buc-ee's, the most delicious, wonderful truck stops in the world. And what else did we like down there? I don't think we found any other restaurants that were that great in the South, to be honest.
How were the beignets at Café du Monde?
We didn't try too many restaurants because we were spending our time at Disney World. So Hervoye is confused over there in the Baltic land of Lotaburga. Is that what they have in Soviet Russia? Burger eat you? I don't know. That's not funny enough. Here we go. What the fuck burger?
The pun made the shame made. That's not funny.
Hey, they're not all funny. This is a free show, by the way. I apologize for nothing. All right, let's move on here. I saw this the other day because we're San Diegans,
Yeah,
and
isn't that crazy?
SeaWorld is a treasure. I love SeaWorld. And there was a sea lion uh, on the freeway the
He
other
was
day.
in
The
the
poor guy.
94.
Yeah, he was on the 94, which is near downtown. If you've ever been to the San Diego Comic-Con, there's a freeway that feeds right into downtown from the east side. That's the 94 freeway. And yeah, I saw that on the news that he was there. So people from SeaWorld went and saved him.
But you know what's crazy, Dad? This is the
What?
second time that seal has done that.
How do they know it's the same one?
They probably mark it or something. You know how they give them like tattoos or do like little things on their flippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just bulling on the bulling means chilling for the old people. He was just bulling on the freeway, and people stopped traffic. I saw videos of guys getting out of their cars, like trying to save it. SeaWorld got it, but that's the second time. I'm just like, dude, he just wants to chill with us. Let him. I've always wanted to hold a seal, a possum, and a kangaroo. I've always wanted to hold that. If anyone ever did that for me, I would be like in debt to them.
I hope that sea lion is sitting there on the freeway, cars going by, and he's like, "Slow down, maniac!" when they drive by.
What's that? It's that joke. It's so mean, but whenever there's like a car accident and people drive by, you can't park here when there's a car
Hey,
accident.
I saw that. I don't like that. I don't like that when you see something terrible and you have an impulse to laugh because it catches you off guard. And then if you do laugh, you feel terrible. I don't like someone setting me up like that.
Well, I've also heard that laughing or like crying is like a coping mechanism to an uncomfortable situation. Like you ever laugh because you're nervous? Hi, oh, leg kick. I think I recognize you.
Yeah,
I
he's a great fan. And he's a martial arts expert. I think he practices martial arts and he knows a ton about the cinema and the practice itself.
Leg kick. What do you think of Joe Rogan? He just posted a video and he was kicking the boxing bags that you kick. He did that and yeah, and his leg muscles looked so like defined. I was like, damn, this dude is so fit. Like obviously he's fit, but like damn.
Hervoye says we got a McDonald's after the war. Belgrade.
Is that your reward?
We live in the kind of place where that sentence is totally normal.
Yeah.
I suppose we got ours after the war too when they invented it in 1955. There's something up with San Bernardino, California, because it's an hour and a half from here, northeast a little bit from San Diego. It's on the way to Las Vegas, San Bernardino, and that is where McDonald's, Del Taco, and In-N-Out are all from San Bernardino. Very interesting. What's in the water over there?
There's nothing to do over there, so they just got to make good food.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but California is not all beautiful blondes and palm trees and beaches and Hollywood. A lot of it is agrarian. It's it's the most farmland in America, the San Joaquin Valley and all that. And then it's desert, you know what I mean? And you got like redneck desert out there, people.
There's all kinds of terrain too, like
the
redwood forest.
Yeah, we have every type here. We have freezing mountains and deserts and ocean, and it's its own world here. Let's see.
Said Joe Rogan is leg kick one. Said Joe Rogan is legit. He is, and honestly, he was one of. I love when you meet like a hero or just someone that you're a fan of, and they're friendly. That is like a high five to my heart. I'm like, you're a cool dude.
Yeah, you worked at the Comedy Store there on Hollywood Boulevard or on Sunset Boulevard, and you said you interacted with Joe just a few times, but that he was always really pleasant.
He was the most polite comedian, like because there's kind of like an unspoken rule when you work somewhere and there's a lot of famous people, you don't bother them. Like they just want to be able to relax behind the scenes. You don't ask them for pictures. You don't like tell them your joke. You leave them alone. You let him be. He would always say goodbye to everyone and he would leave. And like, as silly as it might sound, he would make eye contact with you and be like, have a good night. Like he wouldn't just be like, bye guys. Like it was like he let you know, like, hey, like I see you working. It was very kind. So he's a hero. He's a great guy. Fantastic.
Yeah. So that was a long year of frying chicken fingers and mozzarella sticks. And
I always smelled like potatoes after the shift. I'm so grateful I got to work at the Comedy Store. Wasn't the best employee, I will say that, but I smelled like potatoes so bad after every shift because we would fry them. It was so bad.
You ruined my joke. You ruined my joke. I was about to say, and they didn't even sell potatoes. Is the weird.
Okay. I would get my clothes and I would put them in a trash bag, tie the trash bag, put it in my bathroom in my apartment so my apartment wouldn't smell like potatoes. It was so nasty.
Yeah. But it was an education working at the comedy club. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, I learned so much and I'm so grateful to see how that business works. And also just I got to be around like a lot of famous people. That was an experience most people will never get. It was so cool. Like Uncle Joey, he was really cool. I always saw him too.
Uncle Joey, that's right. He's cut it out. That was his hand gesture on Full House. Oh, rest in peace, Bob Saget, too, by
Oh
the way.
yeah.
Very sad for the comedy world. What a brilliant comedian that
Yeah,
guy
he
is.
started there too. My teacher's mother knew him and like
Oh, really?
yeah, Mitzi.
Mitzi
He was
Shore. She knew Bob
yeah,
Saget, huh?
yeah, they were
Wow.
he got his start there.
Oh,
Really
cool.
quick. Geek Avenger said I had to drop by once I saw Gabe and Minnie were streaming. Hi, Geek Avenger. I recognize your username.
Right.
I hope you're doing well. You guys are having a happy hump day and that everyone's doing good. I love seeing you guys just stop by, even if you can only watch like a minute. It's just cool to interact with you guys.
Yeah. So this seal, he was all over the freeway here in San Diego. The people from SeaWorld saved him. Do you think he works at SeaWorld now? I like to think the animals there are employees. You know what I mean? I like to imagine that,
Do you think they have a union, like health benefits? Like, because
Right,
you gotta
right.
go SeaWorld. SeaWorld is the Costco of the
Right.
animal
Well,
world.
you saw the Supreme Court struck down Biden's vaccine mandate. So none of these employees have to get vaxxed now to swim around SeaWorld. So it's great. I wonder if he is banned from going to Waffle House, this seal. Do you think so?
He's banned and he's not allowed near a septic tank.
Septic tank, Waffle House. What's the difference? Oh,
Okay,
man.
let's see. KFC. Hervoye says KFC in Croatia is a scam, expensive and low quality. Really? Because I personally I get KFC like what 5 times a year, but their chicken's good, dude. Like the colonel knows what he's doing. I'm sorry.
Oh, Geek Avenger commenting on the late great Bob Saget was never ashamed of his comedy. That was his parents' job. That's a great joke. Fantastic.
Him and my dad have a lot in common. But like kick one, watch the Rugen and Mark Coleman around grappling. Oh, that's cool. Let's see.
Oh, there. See, I knew he'd come through. That seal is about to be scattered, smothered, and covered. Like at Waffle House, you can get your food with the gravy.
I love the chat. You guys are
so
great.
this had a happy ending. The seal on the freeway.
He was saved. If there's a story about San Diego, it's going to be in our thing because that's our city. We're going to talk about it.
I like this. I like how you just have a picture of the SeaWorld, and then at the top, it's like liberals make bizarre predictions of Republicans win in midterm elections. But that seal looks like he wants to tell you about it.
I put that in on purpose.
Yeah, that seal is very far left. You know what I mean? That seal is he's Black Lives Matter. He's all of it, you know. If he had a big flop of hair, he would dye it pink, but he doesn't, you know.
Dye it pink, shave half of it.
Oh, Jollibee, better than KFC. I've never had Jollibee. I stood in front of one in the middle of San Francisco, but we didn't go in order or anything.
There's one in Mira Mesa.
Oh, that's right. I ate at the Panda Express next door. Jollibee's from the Philippines. And I want to try it someday. I'm an honorary Filipino. My best friend is Filipino. I grew up all around that wonderful family-oriented culture. And man, they love making good food and having these big family potluck parties. It's fantastic. So, why did the seal cross the road?
He sealed his fate. Damn it, that doesn't work, but
no, that doesn't work. Good try. All right, last news story. You're going to explain this to everyone because I think this woman is nuts.
No, justified.
Woman went viral for using tampon serial number to find out whether her boyfriend cheated, dividing opinion among millions of viewers. I think her little experiment did find one thing out, that she is crazier than a shithouse rat. She proved that to the world. So tell us a little bit about this wonderful woman.
So it actually ended up being her and her boyfriend just posted the video as like a joke because like she knew like they just wanted to see what would happen, but it got millions of views. But she really did do it and like looked it up, and you can really call companies and do that. But I just want to say to men, if you think we won't find out, we will. I saw another story where a guy gave his girlfriend his jewel, you know, those little vapes. He goes, "Oh, you left your jewel at my house." She knew it wasn't hers. She called and found out it was sold at the store where his ex lived nearby. So she found out he was cheating on her. Women always find out.
It's the truth, guys. It's the truth.
But I just thought it was funny. I was like, wow, this girl makes me feel not crazy. Like I would have
she
never
called
thought
them and asked them about the serial number, and then when that batch of these things were made, and then that would give her a timeline about if this belonged to her or some other woman. This woman is insane. You know that, right? It's crazy.
It's justified.
This is the difference. If you're wondering about the difference between men and women, this is the difference.
Okay, well, I don't know. You have to be sneaky. You have to figure it out. Like, what's going on? If you ever have that gut feeling, you'll know. But let's see.
I don't know. I think men are pretty bad liars.
They
I think
are.
women are excellent liars. I mean,
Oh
their
yeah,
whole
because
thing,
we have to be good with our words. We can't hit men. They're way stronger than us. So we have to be sneaky with our words.
right? That's how you guys win. So let's see. Okay, so she's a lunatic. So it was all a put on. He wasn't cheating on
It
her.
was all a prank. They just wanted to see what would happen.
I
That's
don't
it.
think so. I think this really happened, and then it turned out he was innocent, and then she was like embarrassed, and she's like, "Baby, you know I get crazy because I love you." And then they had this weird like make out session, and then they tried to save face by saying it was fake. I think they're both insane. It's one of those relationships where they abuse each other and they both love it. That's what I think is going on.
They do it, and they deserve each other.
Right. Like they
no
fight
one
on
feels
purpose,
bad.
and it ignites their passions to fight and be cruel to each other. Bunch of sickies, bunch of weirdos.
But yeah, I just was like, when I saw that, I was like, the lengths that people go to, like looking up a jewel serial number, a tampon serial number. Look, I'm guilty
Oh
of
my
doing something.
God, this story goes on and on and on about serial numbers and lots, and oh my God.
I've definitely like stalked like a guy's Venmo to see what he was doing. That's like as crazy
How do
as
you stalk a Venmo?
You go to their Venmo and you look at their transactions that are public.
When I saw that on there the first time I used Venmo, I just made it private.
Oh, I made all mine private.
Why does anyone need to know I split a meal with my cousin at Ruby Tuesday? Yeah, no one needs to know that.
Yeah.
It's not interesting anyway. You know, oh, Yorn bought roller skates. Oh, that's right. I don't give a shit. That's right. Yeah.
Somebody found out you were my dad through Venmo. They're like, this really happened? They're like, is your dad a comic book artist? I was like, yeah. How do you, like, there was no way they should have known that. And they're like, oh, I was looking at your Venmo. And I was like, what?
That's weird. I also don't like that. Yeah, I like the news you brought me today. It's a lot of stuff I don't like.
Yeah, I know.
Like that guy eating at the Waffle House, burying people under septic tanks. No, don't like that guy. I do like the seal. I feel like the seal's a hero. I don't know why, but I just feel like he's a hero. So anyway.
Did you see what Claude's comment is funny? I don't want to say it, but it's funny.
I gotta find it. Oh. My car blew a seal once. My car is a pervert. I like it. It's very deadpan. It's very Norm Macdonald.
I love one-liners. That's good. That's really good.
Good.
Okay, one second. Let's see.
Okay, that's enough of the news. I've had it with the news today. We're going to move on to our next segment, Judging Judy. And this is where Minnie's going to describe a case on the great Judge Judy show. We love Judge Judy here. If you don't like her, I'm sorry. And I'm going to guess what her verdict is based on the clues Minnie gives me. And we're going to act it out a little bit here. All right. Judge Judy Scheinlin. Is that how you say that, right? Scheinlin?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. What is today's case? What do we got? Who is this? Oh, man, he looks disappointed. He's having a rough year, this guy.
29-second long case. He's suing for rent.
Okay.
That's owed by those two people.
What two people?
At the bottom. Next one.
Okay, so those two owe him rent. Does he own a... Explain it to me. He owns a home. They rent a room. What's going on here?
He owns a home. They're renting a room. He tries to make a joke with the judge, and it doesn't go very well.
Uh-oh.
He's suing for $1,400.
That's a month's rent or something for the room?
Mm-hmm.
So he's Billy Joe Bob.
Mm-hmm. It was so short. Again, no credits. I don't know why. Well, this is also illegally taken from YouTube, so I don't know.
Well, he's Billy, and that's Denise and Frederick.
Yes.
And they rent a room from him at his home in Tampa. And he's here complaining that they didn't pay the rent last month. And so I'll be Judge Judy. All right, Billy Joe Bob, what do you claim these two did? You're Billy Joe Bob.
They didn't pay rent, Your Honor?
Well, why not? Like, what's their excuse? What's their defense? No, I guess I would ask them, Denise and Frederick. What do you have to say for yourselves?
There wasn't livable living conditions.
There weren't livable living conditions.
I've heard that multiple times on the damn show.
What was their complaints? A leaky roof, toilet didn't work, or they didn't have a hot plate, or
we didn't even have a chance to get that. She asked him, she goes, so he was renting a room from you? He goes, they were down in my basement. That's what he said. And then she makes that face.
You let them in and gave them a key. Why are you mad that they're in the basement?
But look at the third picture of her.
Okay.
She's annoyed. And you know what? She literally just goes, she goes like, case dismissed. She's annoyed with him. That's the whole case.
Okay, so what did he say? What did he say to screw himself here?
He literally was just like, He was just trying to be funny. He was like, they were in my basement, and then he goes, I'm just kidding. They rented a room for me. Like, he was just trying to be silly on national TV. And she's like, this is not an audition. I am the only actress here. That's what she says. She's such a. She's
So how did this follow? Well, okay, so I don't have enough clues here to figure out her ruling. He comes on, says they didn't pay rent. They say it wasn't livable, and he says they were in my basement. No, they were in a room. That doesn't give me enough to work with on how she's going to rule. Because right now I'm like, well, she's going to make them pay. If they're living there, they didn't pay, they got to pay.
It was that was improvised, but really what happened was she goes, what did they rent from me? He goes, they rented a room in the bottom of my basement. That's what he said, just trying to make a joke. And she got annoyed, and that's the whole case.
And then she just wouldn't give him his money because he annoyed her?
Yes. It was a 29-second case.
Judge Judy throwing the curveball. I couldn't have figured that one out.
I know. It caught me off guard. I watched it 3 times. I was like, did that really just happen?
That seems like a miscarriage of justice.
It happens.
But we got to trust Judy. We got to trust Judy.
I trust someone that's been doing something for 30 years. Longer than I've been alive, I trust you.
Oh, gosh. Look at Glitch here. He looks like he just found out his mom and dad are related.
The writing of mum makes it better.
Right. That makes it very British.
It's Tuesday, evening. I'm sorry, Glitch.
Hey, they make fun of our American accents.
Look like they
say we all have hamburgers and big shotguns.
I hope every stream you come in with a seal pun, Claude.
Yes. Claude is he's the fastest growing seal comedian expert in the nation right now. He's the leader in the clubhouse. They all look like they met clubbing. Seal's fantastic.
Guinness World Records.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
How
about Steve Harvey as a judge? I like Steve Harvey on what is that? The Family Feud or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's always setting people up to make like sexual innuendo or something. It's like the most obvious bullshit. He's all things too big to fit in your mouth. And it's just like, okay, Steve. He's just waiting for people to say something so you can go, oh.
I love his mustache, but my favorite
he is the Black Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
they're the same guy. They look totally alike.
I love Dr. Phil though, because anytime he confronts someone, he always has papers and he reads what they're talking. He's like, so you have 3 kids with 2 different people. You got arrested for meth. And then when he confronts them, he goes, now how's that working out for you? Like he just throws the paper in their face.
And we have to thank him because he gave us the gift of that lady, that girl who said, cash me outside. What is her deal? What's her name? You're younger.
Her name is Bad Baby, and she has a music career.
She has a music career. I like how you didn't say she was a singer.
I didn't even mean it like that. No, she's cool. I like her music.
Oh, really?
I was just trying to think of what she does. I was like,
I'm just imagining it in my head, and it just sounds like really annoying rap. Like, me.
It's white J's, white Porsche, white car, white horse. Oh, it's a good song. And then she goes, hi, beach. Hi, beach.
It sounds like someone being bratty in my imagination.
Oh, yeah, but that's her brand. She's bratty.
Oh, her voyeur knows Bahad Bahabi.
Yeah, that's how she spells it. It's crazy.
That's unfortunate.
She's so funny, though. Someone drew her on Twitter, and they're like, I drew you, queen. And she goes, it's not good, but keep practicing.
It's not good, but keep practicing. I like it.
She's encouraging.
Oh,
Let's see.
All right. So you headed out to the comedy club tonight?
Yes, I'll be performing.
Okay, very cool. And how are you finding, because you've been back at it pretty hard for about, what, 2 months now, 3 months?
Yeah, I had like a 3-week break because I was sick, which sucked, but yeah.
Yeah. So, man, he just keeps coming.
Cash me outside, girls. I wonder if Dr. Phil gave her a seal of approval.
Leader in the clubhouse. He's got the most seal jokes per minute of anyone in the Southwest region.
I love that.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a question about stand-up. As you go, I know it's just going to organically, naturally happen. How is your act changing over time? Like how easy is that A/B testing? It's like, ooh, I said this and it got some laughs, but I said it this way with a pause or whatever, and it got more laughs. How are you getting really used to that? Just testing with the workshopping.
I try little new tags or like questions to ask the audience that would make them laugh. And that's one of my favorite parts is not even the jokes. It's the obviously the joke. That's let's just say it's 90%. The other 10% that I love is interacting with the audience, asking questions, the timing, the pauses, knowing how long the laughing is going to last. Like it's beautiful, and I feel like I'm just working on an art and I'm really enjoying it, and it's really it started really doing well actually right before I got sick. I was learning like the right pauses and beats in my set, and even like a question to ask the audience members, and then I got sick. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that, and I'm learning it, and I'm having fun, and I even like try little things here and there. I'm like, okay, that joke works. So I'm having a blast. Like I get a little nervous sometimes, but I'm having a blast.
I'm always surprised when you tell me, and I know we live in a big town. I mean, there's 3 million people in San Diego County, 1 million in the city itself. But when you come home on a Tuesday and tell me there was a big crowd, I'm just like, who's going to stand up on a Tuesday night? I don't know.
Well,
It's good.
that's the ACC. The AC. So Madhouse is a really good club. La Jolla Comedy Store is really good, but ACC is really good because they have like really big names there, and they only have open mic once a week, and
Right.
like they'll put you on their Instagram. They make it kind of like a not a club or a clique, but it's a big deal to be on that stage. It's a big deal to be on. Like I just got posted on their Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up real quick, but keep telling them about it. I'll look it up.
But yeah, and like the ACC, like they've had Rogan, they have Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon is so funny, but they've had Rogan, they've had Tim Dillon. Um, they're gonna have Maria Bamford in March, and I
Oh,
really want
Maria
to go.
Bamford. She's like a savant. She's like
She's so
so
good.
weird that she's like just amazing.
Yeah, she's another comedic inspiration. She's the kind of person that doesn't care if you don't get it. And she actually filmed one of her specials. The only audience members were her parents. It was
I
filmed at her
saw that.
parents'
I
house.
watched that one on Netflix. That was brilliant.
I don't even know what the name is called, but it was so good. But Maria Bamford, she's also been in Arrested Development.
Right.
She was Tobias Funke's crazy girlfriend that he made. So you guys should really watch that. But yeah, it's a really amazing club. The host is named Nathan. I just can't remember how to say his last
Where
name.
can I
Sorry.
find you on their Instagram? I'm looking and I don't see it.
It's the pictures from the open mic. It'll have the host with the mic. You can go on my story too, my Instagram and my highlights. It's there. But
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Here it is. Here it is. Dang it! It's gonna hold on. I'll bring it back up in a second here.
Okay.
Well, just because it's gonna run away from me when I
No, you're
when I
fine.
click it.
All right,
Yeah.
chat. Let's see.
Okay. So here it is. Yeah. So yeah, there you are.
I'm right there.
You're on their
Yeah.
Insta now. So you're
Yeah.
moving up. And then yesterday you were handing out the flyers in front of the club and all that. So it's fantastic.
Yes. I enjoy stuff like that because like I'm handing out flyers for free on a Wednesday night. It's cold. There's lots of homeless people yelling at me, but I'm like, yeah, this is part of the dream. I'll
Yeah.
remember this one day.
Yeah, no, that's the thing people don't understand, I think, about success. Nobody sits them down to tell them this. The entire journey, you're successful. Like if you have to do something 100 days in a row to make a goal, there is no difference between day 100 and day one. You're just doing the first step this day, the 100th step that day, but they're all just one step. So if anyone says, oh, you want to be a comic artist, or oh, you want to be a singer, and you're just singing at the cafe for free, so what? That's one
Yeah.
of my 100 days to success. So if you're in front of the comedy club, you're not getting paid yet, but you're getting close. I know you're going to be a paid regular this year. I know it. If you're just handing out flyers and doing open mics, that's just, day 428 of 1,000 days or whatever it is.
And I
So
look at it as like I'm doing something like because I'm guilty of this. I'm doing more than everyone who's sitting on their couch wishing that they were brave enough to do it because I still get anxious about it. I'm like, oh, I can't do it, and then I do it, and then I'm fine. But I look at it that way, not to put people down that are too nervous. That's not what I'm saying. But like, there's some people that will never even try to pursue their dreams. Like they won't even.
and
They'll
that's really sad. That
yeah.
makes me sad for them, man. You're gonna live once,
Yeah, like, I think you said to me once, like, if I was on my deathbed, like, what would I have wanted to do before I died? And I was like, I want a headline at the Comedy Store in the main room. Like, that's what I wanna do.
Right.
So, but, Apex Comics says your daughter will be on Joe Rogan in a couple of years. You know what? I do wanna be because I had, like, a minor injury this last year, my sciatica. I was trying to do fighting, and I just really couldn't because my leg hurt. I've healed a lot, so thank God, but I told my parents, like, I'm gonna fight and meet Joe Rogan, and I have a picture with him, actually, when I met him at the Comedy Store, and I would love to do a comparison, like, when I was 23 and, like, now that I'm 35. I'm not 35, but you know what I'm saying, like, 12 years from now. I can't do math, but 12 years from now, and just like, "Oh, I knew Joe Rogan back in the day." So,
You got a great new seal joke. Go
what
ahead.
did the seal with the broken arm say to the shark? "Do not eat if the seal is broken."
Father daughter dance, all seals, all the time. You're not getting this anywhere else, guys. And
I'm trying to
Apex
think of-
Comics, he believes it. You're
I
gonna
bet,
be there
I
with
might.
Rogan. Remember the time we hung out with Jay Moore?
We did get to hang out with Jay Moore. That was awesome.
Yeah, the great Jay Moore. I've met him a few times. I love his stand-up. He's a brilliant comedian. And he did sports radio in Los Angeles for like 3-4 years. A show I love, Jay Moore Sports. It was from 9 a.m. to noon West Coast time. And he was doing the American Comedy Club in San Diego that weekend. So he came down to San Diego to do his radio show here so he could do the comedy club that night because traffic is horrible. So I texted his production manager, whatever, said, hey, I'm a big fan. My daughter's doing stand-up. Could we come into the show? Because he said on the air, people could come in maybe. Hold on, I need a drink. Sometimes you talk too much, you need a sip.
Oh, I've been drinking this whole time.
Yeah. Sorry, you talk a little bit, your throat can get a little bit dry. So yeah, that was a really fun thing to sit there with Jay Moore and just watch him improv and make comedy out of sports news and all that for 3 hours.
That was one of my favorite memories I've ever had. And I think I skipped school that day, but yeah,
and he was so nice and down to earth. And then he gave you that comedy advice.
Yeah,
he told you to not be like Sarah Silverman.
Yeah,
right.
He was really cool though, and like another fan came in too, and we I don't see
that is true. It's a bit of false advertising. Yeah. Remember when you were in middle school and if you were misbehave, I threatened you and said I was going to go dance to Britney Spears in the gymnasium in front of the entire middle school to embarrass you?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Isn't skipping school a federal? Wait, isn't skipping school for lock me up right now? I was such a bad. I don't know how much dad knows this. Mom definitely knows this. I was a very naughty teenager, and I will say, if there's anything watching this, do not do this. I would call the school in the bathroom, pretend to be my mother, and call myself out once I got a car and just leave school. I didn't care. I did not.
I would call my Aunt Martha and tell her to call me out to get me out of school and then ride the bus to your mom's house. We were dating in high school.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
And then your birthday is right after my wedding anniversary. So
oh my goodness.
Everything worked out perfectly.
You're just like your father. But yeah, I was really bad and I would just leave school. Does this stream count as time served? No. Hello. Oh, hi Tari. I hope you're doing well. I remember you.
Always drawing. Check out Tari on Instagram. He's come a long way. Loves superheroes. He's posting stuff almost every day or every other day. Very proud of Tari to stick with it. The thing I was telling you guys, stick with it. Time's going to pass anyway.
Yeah.
So yes. So anything else coming up in comedy for you?
Or I have a show February 27th at the American Comedy Company. It's going to be like a showcase for a class that I'm taking. I'm really funny. So it's going to be fantastic. I'm excited for that. And then I'm just going to a bunch of open mics. I talked to one of my friends about hosting something. We're trying to figure it out. We'll definitely let you guys know. Also, sorry, what were we going to say?
Well, that's how you do it. You just got to keep banging, keep doing it. And I remember some people in the chat talking about that For the Fans Fest, that thing Ethan wants to do for CG fans in Orlando or whatever. I hope we do it this November or whatever he said this fall. And wouldn't it be great for you to do a set there? It's like if they're doing some entertainment or something like that, if there's music or comedy.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. And, and by then you'll be so polished again. It's already going so good. So. Yeah.
Really quick in the chat, I know you guys are like super fans. This is just a thought. Would you guys want us to do this show twice a week or is once a week enough? Like, what do you guys want? I want to know. Cause like, I would love to do it maybe like twice a week, but depends on my dad's schedule. It depends on my schedule. So,
I mean, they could want us to do it once or twice a week or whatever, but I think we just should if you want to, and it'll be A/B testing. Because the real way they tell us is if they watch and participate and chat and all that. We'll know.
Watch the chat.
We'll have our answer.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I remember Adam Carolla on that great 1990s radio show Loveline with Dr. Drew, where they gave relationship advice and drug counseling and just a lot of help for misguided young people. And he was talking to guys that were like losers with women, and I don't know if she likes me or doesn't like me. And he says, you never have to wonder with women. If you ask a girl out and they have to do their hair, or their grandmother has died for the 3rd time this month, or they have just all kinds of stories of why they can't go, no. He said he was with a girl that he liked at her job, and he said if she wanted to go out, she just went and took her uniform off and they left in the middle of her shift. So you don't have to wonder. Like, you'll get it. So if we do 2 episodes of this a week, we'll know because they'll watch it or they won't watch it. You know what I mean? So there we go. Damn it, another Russian bot in the chat. I got to throw him out. Oh. Block user LNVH. What I don't know what it's.
That was his name.
You're gone. You're out.
Oh, everyone says once.
Oh, Geek Avenger says, let Gabe draw in color.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Geek Avenger he's trying to outdo our other gentleman friend that was making all the great jokes. Claude Parrish is getting smoked by Geek Avenger now.
Oh, that's a good joke.
Right. Oh, this is a valid point.
Keep it special.
That's
Once true, because if you have it too much, it might not be.
Right. It's like having steak every night. You'd be happy every night.
Oh, Punk says twice a week. We'll see.
We'll see. We might try it 1 week twice and see how it goes. You know what I mean? But I do have a lot to do. But I am just going to be focusing on my books pretty much now, except for Wraith of God, 2 small jobs for Graham Nolan, and then my book with Dave Williams, Truth, Justice, and the American Way. Oh my gosh. You Comicsgate fans, I'm going to shill for myself real quick here. You have the best taste. You're smart people because you like just adventure. You don't want to be political, right wing, left wing, pro, anti, whatever. You just want to be entertained with fun and adventure, aspirational heroes that make you say, hey, I could be a hero like that. And we're giving you that back. Dave Williams and I are filling that void for you with Truth, Justice, and the American Way. If they don't want to do it at DC and Marvel, we'll do it. I'm not going to sit here and make fun of them and be angry and criticize them all day anymore. I'm done with that. So what we're going to do, Dave and I, is we are going to give you that back. So if you want to know, and I'm going to have the signing list hopefully go up. Dave has got some concept art. He doesn't want me to show anyone just yet until we color and polish it. But let me share this real quick. If you want to know what Dave Williams looks like, he's like a 30-year veteran, worked at Cartoon Network, worked at Marvel, worked at DC. This is Dave's work. And in a second, I'll show you Dave and I together where I color him. I'm the writer of this comic. I'm the colorist. Dave is the illustrator. But if you love your classic superheroes, this is what's coming from Dave and I. This is Truth, Justice, and the American Way. But again, this is not it. This is just Dave's style. But just so you know, Dave is a master illustrator and animator. So we're giving that back to you. No bullshit, no politics, no preaching at you like you're some sort of idiot that needs me to tell you what to believe or whatever. And here's a little bit of open with preview. Here's a little bit of Dave and I together, like peanut butter and jelly, right? Or they say peanut butter and jam over in England. So, yeah. So this is Bass Reeves from the Brightwisers, their Allegiance Arts books. Oh, let me move this one out of the way. Sorry. So this is Dave illustrating and me coloring him. That is not Dave, no matter what anyone says. This is Dave here and me working together. Like ebony and ivory. Although I'm not white, so I guess we're ebony and then just a little lighter brown. Here we are. Yeah, so this is a Western. I love this. Bass Reeves is a real historical figure. He is who the Lone Ranger is actually based on. He was a great bounty hunter, a great man. He arrested he captured more people than any other bounty hunter. He's really an awesome dude. And so, yeah, Truth, Justice, and the American Way, it's going to look like that, only better. So let me check on the chat, and then if you have something else to say, Minnie, we'll get to it, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
All right, so Claude says, I don't mind getting smoked. I'm double jointed. That's in reference to him getting blown out on the seals. He had the lead, but he's losing the seal pun lead. We'll see what happened. Which, who's the little hippo character on that first image? Was talking about the other day as he's on a sheet cover as well. His name is Cerberus, or Cerebrus, as I said as a kid, and that is a creation of Dave Sim. It was the longest running independent comic from sometime like in the late 70s all the way up into the 90s, or maybe it was the 80s to the early 2000s. And it's a great book. There's like over 300 issues. And yeah, you should check it out. It's in reprints in these giant phone books. But yeah, Cerberus, the Aardvark. It's a cool comic from way back in the 80s. But it went on for years. Apex Comics says, Marvel and DC are worse than 70s Charlton comics. Yikes. Tough crowd. Yo, Gabe, found you through CG. Love your integrity, man. Any advice on resources to explore how to learn how to write comics? I should learn how to read your comment. Start off with this. Read a lot, but then reading isn't going to teach you writing, but it'll let you know what you like about writing and, movies and all that. Just any stories you can just consume. But then the craft of writing, this is a very unsatisfying answer. You have to write. You have to write and find good teachers. The best teacher I've found is William Bernhardt. He has the Red Sneakers Writers books. They're audiobooks. I've listened to them a million times. and he has like 8 or 9 books on style, on dialogue, on plot, on character, and they're audiobooks, and they're like 2 hours long, and there's like 8 or 9 of them. And he's a really nice guy. You can email William Bernhardt right through his website. He answers your emails. He analyzed a script for me, helped me ratchet up the tension in the first act and all this stuff. So, Undecided Toy Store, if you want to learn more about writing, William Bernhardt is a really nice, generous guy. And he's been a best-selling New York Times crime fiction writer for almost 30 years. So he has the chops that he knows what he's doing. So, yeah, that was my screen name for a while, Enrique. Truth, Justice, and the American Gabe. I switched it just to my handle there, Gabe L. Tape. And our links are in the chat, our Twitter and our Instagram, if you are in the description. So let's see. Punk has great art. Oh, Skull Eater says jam and jelly are different. They are, I guess. Jam has the fruit preserves in it, and jelly is just the sugar that's fruit flavored. Ooh, caramel and chocolate. Okay, let's see. Tario says, hey, Gabe, today my niece turned 1. Posted on Instagram. Proud uncle. Congratulations to your niece.
Little baby. I love babies.
Right. All right. And Claude Parrish. I love the Bass Reeves book, but you didn't make a seal pun.
Ooh. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, this is a great thing about Bass Reeves. He even arrested his own son for murder. That's how much integrity he has. And I heard that Bass Reeves never killed anyone, but he made over 3,000 arrests.
That's insane.
He was like a man of God and like fearless, and he was amazing. And the book we're doing is fantastic, and it's all about fathers and sons and families, that book.
That's insane.
Yeah, Bass Reeves is a fantastic dude. They really should make see, I don't want them to. If they made a TV show on like HBO or whatever, it'd be all woke, and Bass would be up there screaming about white devils or whatever, and they'd ruin him because he was such a man of character and integrity. So don't do it, HBO. Leave him alone. Leave Bass alone. Let's see. Cerberus is from back when they had to chisel the comics on stone tablets. Yeah, I think Art T-Bear was involved in the first few issues of that. That's a running joke here, Minnie, in Comics Gate. We always make fun of Art T-Bear. We asked him if he knew how well he knew President Lincoln, and he's old. That's the joke.
Get it? Because he's old.
Get it? Because he's old. Yeah. So okay, honey. Let's see. So that's what wrong button. So that's what I'm working on there with Dave. We're bringing you back classic superheroes. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna launch the Indiegogo at the end of February. I'm hoping President's Day. No promises. But since my brand is being patriotic and leaving DC over the American way slogan, that's why I'm calling my book that. They don't have a copyright to that anymore anyway, so it's mine now. Well, it's not my copyright. I think anyone can use that phrase. But if they don't want to do it, I'll fill that gap gladly for you guys, because you guys have great taste and you want stuff like that. So it's awesome. So, honey, anything else you want to say, or we're going to get out of here?
No, thank you guys for the seal puns and hanging out with us. I really enjoy it. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I'll let you guys know how comedy is going. I'll totally promote my show. I don't know if any of you are in San Diego, but if you are, come stop by. It'll be really fun.
All right. Yeah, that's a Madhouse, the American Comedy Club. And again, in the description, you have our Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us there. And please hit the like. Just click on the like and hit the share this out so we can keep doing the show. It's a lot of fun. I really love doing this. So thank you guys. Have a great Thursday night. I will talk to you later. Bye.